Hello and how are you? Welcome back to Pauline Diaries. I hope you had a great week. If you're new here, I take this opportunity to introduce and welcome you to this channel. This is a forum where we discuss issues that affect our family relations. There we relate our siblings with our parents and other members of our extended family. Here we seek to bring out the good, the bad and the ugly of what is going on in our families. Of course, with the name of improving the way we treat each other and bringing positive changes in our families. If you have not subscribed, kindly consider doing so. Today's program is a continuation of what we had last week, whereby we were talking about how families are going through a lot as they try to seek proper medical care for their parents. And we say that the eventualities can only be two. Either this person will heal, go back to their normal lives, or maybe this person will die. I remember a priest once telling me that healing can come in two ways. This person can get healing physically, or this person can get healing through resting. And this is through resting eternally. I would like to speak briefly about my case. I lost my father in March 2020. And in our family, in a span of over 40 years, that is since I was born, we had not lost an immediate member of our family. And when my father died, it was not easy to process his death. And especially so because he died during the onset of COVID. And at that time, people were supposed to be buried within 48 hours or at most 3 days, with a maximum attendance of 15 people, and the funeral was not to take more than 45 minutes. That is exactly what happened in the presence of the chief and policemen, and it was not easy to process what had actually happened. Like I had said earlier in a previous video, my relationship with my father started when I was way grown. He had left home when I was born, and we started our relationship later in life. And just as it was starting to peak and getting good foundation, he passed on. Within the same year, December of 2020, our mother was diagnosed with cancer. And it was a long 2021 as we tried to get her proper medical care. And unfortunately, she also passed on in February 7th of this year, 2022. The deaths came in quick succession. Before you could process the other one, another one came in. It was hard. It is still very hard to process those two things that within a span of 2 years, you had parents and now you do not have parents. It is not easy. It has never been easy since that time. After a parent dies, there are so many things that happen. You're in denial, you're angry, you're bitter, you're hurting, it's paining. But before you even process all that and you think about all those things, friends come in, colleagues come in, the church comes in, and they assist you in many ways. They are the calls, they are the visits, they are the moral support, financial support, and the mourning period is really made easy. And you don't think much about what is happening at that time because there are so many people around you. After a parent dies, you are left with a lot of emotions. You feel bad, you feel bitter, you feel angry, You feel guilty. At times you don't even know how to feel. But all these feelings are briefly interrupted by your friends, your colleagues, the church, your neighbors, as they join you in mourning. During this mourning period, the burden is made lighter. And at times you forget that you're in mourning because there are people around you. There are people coming to your home. They're visiting you. They're making calls. They're coming with moral support, with financial support, and at least you feel the warmth of other people. And you briefly kind of forget the real thing that has happened to you. And this is also the time that you realize that not everybody will be there for you. Even people that you've been there for are not there. You cannot see them. And you're wondering, na kwani fulani yako wapi? Ama hajui. But you realize they know, but they won't watch from the periphery. And maybe you blame them, or maybe you also don't blame them, because when they had such an issue, or they had another issue, you also watched from a distance. So you then realize that at times, this is also a realization that you also need to be there for people when they really need you. You go on like that, and then during the mourning period, and then comes the funeral day. And this is a day that you're just there, just like a zombie. You don't know what is going on. You're just there, whiling away the day. Things are happening. You're in a totally different world. You're not in the real world. You are in a different world. You don't know. You actually don't even know what's going on. And it's not easy on the funeral day. And I feel for those who are not able to attend their parents' funeral days. Maybe because wherever they are, they cannot be able to attend. Maybe they live or work at places where living may not be so easy for them. Others are in jail. Others, due to family wrangles, cannot be able to attend that funeral. It denies this person closure or a beginning towards healing, because closure for losing a parent maybe requires some time. And then after the funeral, people just leave. And that's when you start realizing, something has happened. There is some change. I have a poem here. I actually do not know the author of this poem because it's just written at Untangle Grief. And it says, after the funeral, there is a silence, an emptiness, a wrenching, a calm. When everyone has gone home and the care packages have stopped, the visits become less frequent and people go back to their lives. You who knew them best, loved them most, and feel their absence the greatest. Your life goes on too, though different than before. Yes, life goes on, though different than before. Then after this, grief sets in. After people have gone away, you have also gone back to your homes, then grief sets in. Here the bitterness now comes back, the anger comes back, the guilt comes back in a huge force. You start regretting, you start asking yourself so many questions. You start wondering, did we actually do the right thing? Is there anything that we should have done differently? Is there something that we failed to do? Was there a way that we could have saved this person? And the feelings keep coming and coming and coming. Every other time there's something you're feeling about. The regret. You start saying, no, we should have seen this coming. We should have stopped this at some point. But it's all futile. It's too late. there's nothing much you can do at that time. Then this grief keeps coming. You continue feeling this. You every other time you're feeling that this grief. After the funeral, grief sets in. Those feelings that you had earlier of anger, bitterness, denial, guilt come in with a huge force. And then you start wondering, where did we go wrong? Why didn't we see this coming? What should we have done better? Where did we fail? You ask yourself a lot of things. You second guess yourself in all that you did. And this is not a very good feeling. You go through this grief. Then you start reflecting on your life with this person before they died. This is when you start missing their phone calls. You start missing their packages. Like I miss my mother's ndoma so much. Every other time she would send me a parcel of ndoma, green maize, kienyeji eggs. You miss those packages. They start meaning so much to you when they're not there. Maybe more than when they were there. Every time you go around, you start seeing a dress that would fit them, that you never saw before then. You start seeing a pair of shoes that would fit them. You'd see them before and you never bought them. A lot of things start coming through your mind and you do not know how to deal with them. Grief makes you feel so bad. One morning you wake up and you feel like, oh, at least I'm healing, I'm going somewhere. Then after some time, a very short time maybe, a sudden surge of grief just comes from nowhere. And you even wonder and ask yourself, will I pull through? Will I ever get over this? People will not make it easier for you to grieve either. People expect you to move on very quickly. They're giving you timelines. They're telling you to move on. You need to move on. You need to heal. You will never heal if you continue like this. True, maybe it is. But at times you feel like grief does not have timelines. You cannot wake up today and say, I will never grieve this person again. I'm done grieving this person. I will not do this again. At times unajijaza na unasema, yes, I need to stop this. I need to move on. I need to go on now because I think this is too much. And yet, however, sasa you need to move on. But when it hits you, it's like a thunderbolt. You don't even know where it comes from. It just comes, hits you. But I would say, grieve your person, grieve your mother, grieve your father, until such a time when maybe naturally it will just fade away. You can pray about it. You can talk to people about it. But it's not, people will listen to you, yes. But maybe for a while. Some will pick your calls initially. They are going to listen to you and encourage you and comfort you. But others will get tired along the way and they will feel like, no, you're becoming too much. But there are those who will stick with you. There are those who are going to listen to you. Even when maybe even you yourself are feeling being too much on this person. But they'll still pick up their calls. They'll listen to you. Like in my case, I have a friend. She's Pauline like me. Pauline Geshoki. And I think, God bless your soul, Pauline. She has listened to me in the middle of the night, early in the morning, anytime during the day. And I think I have bombarded her with my grief. And she's been there for me. There are those who will be like Pauline, who will be there. But there are others who will not want to listen to you. They'll listen to you for a while and they will not want to go on. And you cannot blame anyone because people are different and not everyone will be able to accommodate whatever you're going through. What I would tell you, If you're going through this, take your time, a day at a time. Heal at your pace. Don't push yourself. Go through it, as painful as it could be, but just go through it until such a time when you feel that the burden is becoming lighter and healing is on the way. If you still have parents, please start a new relationship with your parents. They may just slip through your fingers when you least expect. You will wonder, how did this even happen? That was too fast. But they will be gone. Pick those calls. Make those calls. Go and visit your parents. Go and buy them whatever it is that you need to buy them. Take them for holidays. I have a lot of regrets, especially because I think we talked a lot with my mom, and she would tell me so many things. She had a very great desire to go to Mombasa. Imagine her life of 76 years. She had not gone to Mombasa. And she really desired to go to Mombasa. And I told her that one day, lazima nitakupeleka Mombasa. Lazima nitakupeleka Mombasa. Then she would be like, na gadi na dege, umanye gadi na dege. And then I would be like, yes. Tutaenda tu na hiyo ndege. And behind my mind, I knew that one day, I would want to take my mom to Mombasa. And I would like her to board a plane for the first time in her life. But I kept postponing. Oh, let me save a bit. Oh, kazi imenishika sana. Oh, all those excuses. I knew my mom had a desire to have a new house. And we kept planning with her. Tutafanya hivi. But that was in the pipeline. Only that it was interrupted by her illness. So if you need to do something for your parent, do it now. Stop the postponements. A time will come when you want to do that and you can't. I really want to take my mom to Mombasa now, but I can't take her. I really want to build her a new house with my siblings. But even if we build whatever kind of a house, she can never come back to live. She can never come to live in that house. Do what you can. Some of these things are cliche until it happens to you. And you feel that bitterness and that pain. And you feel the regrets and the burden of, and the guilt, all those feelings that come. So please, if you can, just do whatever you need to do now. It's the line between life and death is very, very thin. Not only for your parents, even for your siblings and other family members. If there's anything that you need to do, please do it now. I'm glad that you are able to join me in today's program. It was not an easy program for me, but I needed to do this because I'd want others to learn from my 3 episodes about the ones that I've done. You can watch the videos about the village hospital, about the terminal illnesses and what they come in town, and the death of a parent or the death of parents. Thank you so much for joining me. And I hope that we can go on with these programs, maybe different topics. But we're not going to stop because we need to learn and we need to fix our families. Thank you so much and God bless you. And again, if you have not subscribed, kindly consider doing so. My name is Pauline. Thank you so much. Goodbye and God bless.